Hey everyone, it's Suzanne, and I want to thank you for joining us for the So Suzy podcast, where we help you build a business out of the hobby you love. You will also be able to get the show notes and the links we reference by visiting us at sosuzypodcast.com. There is nothing more exciting than creating something fabulous and putting it out there for the masses to see or purchase. The comments of amazement, the product flying out the door, and the satisfaction from your customers. However, what about the times when all you hear are crickets? It happens. It's not fun, and when you honestly believe the item in question will be a hit and nothing happens, it can be totally devastating. And the question that replays itself through your mind is, why? Why did no one buy it? Why was the response tepid? Why did this happen? To be honest, it could be any number of reasons, but the elephant in the room is screaming at you, and if you aren't listening to him, you're going to have a giant mess to clean up. Not listening to your customers is equal to not looking at your fuel gauge before heading off for a road trip. If your tank is on empty, you won't get far, and being stranded in the middle of nowhere is not fun. Which is why we look, we fill up, and we check our tires. Just like we listen to our gas tank, we need to listen to our customers. By ignoring them, we not only lose sales, but over time, we lose the loyalty of our followers. Earlier this month, we recommended that you start planning for your Christmas release now. If you're a shop owner, get to Utah for AFCI's buying event. If you're a stamp company, get those designs to the manufacturer. If you're planning on selling your handmade items at holiday fairs, make sure you're getting ready during the summer months. If you release your products too far into the fall, your customers will be devastated that they missed out on your products, and you will be left with a plethora of holiday stamps that won't move, and frustrated customers. It's about anticipating their needs and providing them with the product, service, or information they need before they need it. It is very similar to stores rolling out the umbrella rack on a rainy day. You may have left the house without realizing it was going to rain, but the store anticipated the storm and made sure you could see where the umbrellas were located by putting them front and center. You don't need to go in search of one. They made it convenient for you to grab and go. If you're a stamp company whose customers are used to you carrying whimsical designs, they may revolt when you release antique sewing stamps. Perhaps your customer base enjoys your traditional ink and done stamps, but if you change your focus to layered stamps or coloring images, you risk losing the loyalty of those who have followed and purchased from you in the past. This is why you need to know your niche market, your brand, your purpose, your followers, and customers. Kimona Tracy and Justine Hovey are known for their clean and simple card styles. Their followers love their cards. But what would happen if they moved to a more mixed media style of card making? How would their followers react? Would they be disappointed, lose interest, and stop following? Instead of changing the core of who you and your brand are, consider updating your blog or website instead of your style. Find out what your followers like most and do more of it. Last year, Kimona started her Did You Know series on Instagram because her followers were always asking her questions and wanting to know her opinion on the products she used and purchased. They valued her feedback and knew she would give it to them straight without any fluff. She listened to what they were asking for, recognized the need, and fulfilled the request. Not only does her series benefit her followers, but the companies whose products she was featuring also found value in her series. Of course, there are those times when businesses try to make the masses happy, but they may have a little hiccup along the way. That happens to all of us, but it's how we handle the hiccup that is so important and defines the company. When Ileana first started hand making each Misty, she realized she couldn't keep up with the demand, so she made the decision to have them mass produced, which was great. The demand was there, and as much as people enjoyed knowing they were purchasing a product that was handmade by Ileana, they wanted them faster than she could produce them. During this process, her new manufacturer recommended a vinyl cling instead of the etched grid. It didn't take long before she hit her little hiccup. People weren't as happy with the cling as they were with the original etching. Ileana could have just ignored the feedback and kept on with the cling, but she didn't. She tried the cling, she listened to her customers, and went back to the etched grid. By listening to her customers, Ileana has made not only a fabulous tool, but better business decisions because of the feedback, which is how we got the mini and memory Misties to add to our collection. Each size fills a need. The regular Misty is great for card making, being able to stamp the inside as well as the outside of your cards at the same time, and it saves so much time. The mini is the perfect size to take with you when you travel or go to classes. The memory Misty not only works great for scrapbooking, but if you have a ton of cards you're making for the holidays or for craft fairs, you can hammer out a lot at one time. Ileana didn't need to create different sizes, but by doing her research, she saw that the 2 new sizes would help make lives easier for current and new customers. Of course, there are times when we need to make business decisions based upon our own personal quality expectations versus the current industry trends. Annie from Stamp Anything just launched her new site, Paperclip Planet, a fun place to shop for your planner accessories in her signature kawaii style. When she was going through the product process, she wanted to make sure the quality of her toppers would be able to stand up to life happening. She found great trendy toppers that she knew would be a huge hit, but the quality was less than par. She needed to decide between popular quick sales that could potentially leave customers disappointed or high quality, long-lasting signature toppers that will satisfy the customer. For Annie, her company and brand is about quality. If she chose to release the cheap, trendy products, she risked ruining her reputation. The last thing she wanted to do when first launching a business was release cheap products that would disappoint her customers. Instead, she chose to listen to her brand and satisfy her customers with their need for quality versus trendy products. As business owners, it is so hard to satisfy the needs of your bottom line, the wants for top trends, and the overall long game satisfaction of your customer, which is why knowing what your company stands for is so important. Are you there for a quick fix and fast buck, or do you want to focus on quality and longevity? Depending on your business model, both solutions are valid. It just needs to be right for you and your customers. For Annie, she chose quality. Her paper clips and pen toppers are going to be able to withstand junk drawers, bags, vacations, being dropped, and still look stinking cute. If you're planning on making cards or other handmade items for craft fairs, know your area and theme for the fair. We go more in depth on this topic in our Price, Market, and Sell online class, but the simple gist is this. If you're going to a fair at a winery, have some wine-themed cards or other items. If it's at your local church, have some religious cards, Bible journals, or other religious crafts. If you're showcasing your items at the Animal Welfare Festival, have pet cards and other pet-friendly products. Think logically and know your customer. If you're struggling with sales, take a step back and put yourself in the shoes of the people you are trying to connect with. What do they want? What would they like to know? How will they find, identify, and know you? Why do they want what you have? And if they don't, give them what they want. Sometimes it is about satisfying the customers you have versus finding ones who want what you offer. Just like with Ileana, she brought out the original regular Misty first and then listened to what her customers wanted additionally. She didn't release all 3 sizes at the same time, hoping scrapbookers would find interest in it. She waited, listened, and produced. Think about your situation. What are your customers and followers asking of you? And what do you plan to do about it? If you would like more information on the companies we have referenced or our Price Market Sell online class, we will have links in our show notes. And until next time, this is Suzanne, and you have been listening to the So Suzy podcast. Happy stamping!